How's it going, everybody? It's Shinigami here to bring you another exciting video. This time it's not so bad, but I will be gaslighting some of you people. I'm just being forward about it because, well, at this point, not much to lose for myself. And if I could at least have a little bit of fun with this, why not? Some of you people are already upset, and I'm just gonna cave into it, right? Starfield, a game many people overhyped. After countless clips scouring through multiple viewpoints of this game, right, it has come to my attention. It is nothing more than space Fallout. Some of you may be upset about that, especially knowing the engine is still running on the same one, and a lot of the characters just look at you very odd. Now, that's not enough to really give enough criticism. I understand that. It's part of the gaslight. Just take it. And we will continue on with the preferred pronouns and the fact that Nexus mod managers, or Nexus mod, whatever the website, is now actively stopping people from making mods that remove said pronouns from the game. Now, I know what you guys think. It's just a bunch of hogwash. This is nothing, you know what I mean? It's just regular speech. I get it. I understand what you mean. But these people, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. It's been happening, and there's a lot of people that are black-pilled who have unfortunately given up. It's unfortunate. For some of us, we have a lot of energy. I'm one of those few that I get excited. Yeah, you can maybe meme that if you want, it's fine. But it is definitely fun to see people's reaction to saying, well, we've already had pronouns in games. You were able to pick being a boy and a girl back in Pokemon, right? And it didn't matter the game. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But that's the point, right? They didn't shove it in your face. And to try and say that there is any difference between back then and now, you'd be crazy and lying if you said there wasn't. Back then, for movies even, and a lot of stuff, we didn't really give two fucks if a strong female lead was in a movie or game. Didn't matter. We just enjoyed it. Now you gotta make a point about it. Same thing with the whole preferred pronouns. It's basically compelled speech. There are schools in the UK and Canada and such where they will they'll pursue legal action, right? So, thing about it being fake, that's not true. I will get into the clips that we got here and showing you just what I mean. But this may be a little bit of a lengthy video, so I'm sorry. If you will, please though, strap in and we'll get right to it. So,
it's given a lot of people courage to actually say, yeah, I agree, this has gone too far. Before, people have been afraid to get cancelled because they attack everything, but you've been taking a lot of the heat, which has enabled, I reckon, a lot of people to have a voice to say, look, you can have whatever pronouns you want. You can believe what you want. Just don't force it on me, all right? I have my beliefs. You have your beliefs. Let's have our own beliefs. And you can think my beliefs are ridiculous. I can think your pronouns are ridiculous. That's where it ends. It doesn't have to ruin your world, all right? And that's kind of the takeaway that I hope a lot of people can take away from this pushback, where it's saying, look, have your pronouns, but that's you. That's your belief. Don't force it on us.
Stupid Netflix shows where you got these kids who are oh no, I'm fucking 5 years old, but I identify as this, and you're just like, oh, it's just pronouns. You know, it's just pronouns, bro.
Right.
We're all leading towards compelled speech.
It's not about the pronouns. It's what's coming down the road. Because once you accept this, what else will you accept?
They tried to compel speech. They tried to compel speech several years ago, and it didn't work. So now they're doing with this. It's preferred pronouns. So they're trying to ease it in, and they're dropping it in video games. They're dropping it in all these spaces, and then they're just going, "Well, it's the English language. Why are you so triggered?"
Right. Go ahead, Ryan.
It is about the pronouns, right? Because this idea of preferred pronouns, it's not about referring to someone. It's about the idea of gender nonconformity. That's what the entire principle of preferred pronouns is all about. Because guess what? For the first couple fucking 1,000 years or whatever, we haven't needed to pick our pronouns, because guess what? If we're a man, it's he, him. If you're a girl, it's she, her, whatever. That's how we refer to people. You don't choose them. They're chosen for you, like, by the way that you were born.
Yes.
So the idea that you can have a preferred means that you're getting away from the gender binary. You're getting away from gender, like normal gender conformity. And the entire thing is an effort to normalize that which is inherently fucking abnormal. So it like the pronouns are a big deal.
I would say, I think for people to fully understand this, all of you out there, if you have not read 1984, please do so, because that is the ultimate goal with a lot of this stuff. It is the denial of reality. It is basically saying, looking at something and saying 2 + 2 = 5. And in your mind, deep down, you know that is not the truth, but you are compelled, forced to say so. If you haven't read it in a couple of years, I highly suggest it. If you've never read it, you need to read it to fully understand the context of what is going on in our world. That and Brave New World.
Or if you want a geeky version from Star Trek The Next Generation, there are 4 lights.
There are 4 lights.
Much.
And history, right now, how they change history, how they create the narrative is through our stories. And that's what we are trying to protect every fucking day. And it's going to take a long time. Some people are going to get tired of it. I don't blame you. Nobody wants to battle all day long, every day. I'm happy to do it. I'll be here till I croak, probably. Hopefully the culture war ends someday. But it's being done because a lot of people couldn't pay attention because they were too busy, didn't pay attention because they just black-pilled and they're a bunch of fucking pussies. And they just said, oh, well, they took over, so we're just going to abandon this thing. We don't have that choice. Guess what? Like it or not, Hollywood's an institution in this country. It is a huge part of our fucking culture, not pop culture, our culture. It decides who presidents are now. Memes decide who presidents are now. And we're fighting this all the time. And thank God memes do, by the way. Memes won a presidency. And we need to keep that going. But to abandon it or to say it's just this silly little thing, sure, in isolation, anything we rant on sounds fucking insane because it's fucking insane. But look at everything. It's good because the world has gone insane. So hail ads. By the way,
we got ourselves right here. Nexus Mods. Now, if any of you didn't know, this is the person in charge of Nexus Mods in general. The whole, founder, I guess you could say. Not founder, but what's the right word? The person in charge of what stays and what goes. Well, here we have him being very gleeful in the forums. They have made an official announcement that they will stand against transphobia, bigotry, and their platform has no room for hate. Any mods that promote that will be removed. We're winning. Starfield is breaking ground in so many ways. Socially, culturally, and economically. The part doesn't make fucking... Whatever. Sorry, I was so excited to post that. I forgot the meat of it. They will not be supporting any mods that remove pronouns. Again, you think it's just a little bit, but it progressively gets worse. You had people like the Act Man, who we were, man, you never know, but that's the thing. I would prefer people be more upfront about their positions instead of hiding in the shadows, like me. I'll admit to what I'm saying, to who I believe in, and that's fine. come at me if you want, and that's fair. But to hide behind a cloak and shield, that's a bit sleazy. So, as we get down, because this is where I saw some of the good shit. He was proclaiming, this was back in the 7th, he was proclaiming this is false after what I just read. Nexus Mods is not working to delete mods that remove pronouns from Starfield. It's really telling how manufactured most of the outrage is when so much of it is just straight up lies. And then community noted, this is actually true. If you think someone is uploading a mod on our site with the intent to deliberately be against inclusivity and or diversity, then we will take action against it. There you go. That is definitely... What? Saying something? Yeah. So you had some of the people. I think it's Actmam now. Again, he's wrong. He was saying that people are trying to bully him, but it's just like, this is basically the same situation with the Spider-Man PC version. The person in charge of Nexus is super progressive and got upset when people got rid of the, pride flag. You can have your beliefs, and yes, it's a future story. I will say that as well. But how come a lot of other future stories don't have to have that, shoved down your throat? Now, it is certain parts of the game that have the pronouns. I will be very clear about that as well. Yes. But in certain segments, it makes the story so fucking boring. So goddamn obvious. It's like, especially the whole clone was a dude, but now is a female. And it's just like, that's not how cloning works. You definitely want to say that it's not true, but it is. And people just want escapism. We just want to be able to get away from it all, and quite frankly, at this point in time, it's not going to get away from anybody. It's unfortunate, right? But alas, the culture war will continue, and people wanting to claim that, oh, you're crazy, blah blah blah, this and that. You're just wanting to find things to get upset about. If you haven't seen the current state of the world, not just the US, we're kind of in a fucking death spiral, and that's mostly due to this nonsense that's going on. How come civilizations thrived for thousands of years without any issue? Oh, right, because we knew what females and males were. Ooh, sorry, had to throw that in there, because sometimes history needs to be taught to some of the people that want to claim otherwise. Yes, innovation and evolution occurs, but sometimes things that work, they just work. Goddamn. So that's gonna be it for me, Ace Shinigami, signing out for you. Hopefully you have a good night, good evening, good morning. Yeah, trying to get that all out. Happy birthday if it is your birthday, and I will see y'all next time. Hopefully the gaslight didn't burn you too much. Bye bye.